Oh, I'm wilding. Shout out my microphone. Alright. I'll wait till somebody gets here so I can explain myself. And hopefully that someone will pass along the message that I shall return shortly. But I would like to go retrieve my microphone. Happy Friday, chat. I was gonna have a little drink and a little smoke. Been a long week. Um, Dad awake. So the podcast channel coming along nicely. We have been progressing as we go along, and I'm really a fan of this here background. Next on the list, I think I'm gonna get me a new chair. I feel like that will make sense right about now. And I'm gonna have to start doing the horizontal lives, so the whole background can be visible, much like in the videos. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh man, I'm so glad this week is over. Ugh, lungs ain't what they used to be. That's why I had to give up the tobacco. But it is what it is. You're better off without the tobacco. Oh, I almost forgot to enable all messages. There we go. So anyway, chat, welcome to the weekend. Obviously, as you see, Hung got himself a new background. Robo, what's your story? Why are you so judgmental? You still a virgin? Is that what it is? Do people like me bother you because our lives are more fun than yours? It's okay, bro. Not everybody is meant to be popular. Not everybody is meant to be attractive to women. Not everybody is meant to live a life that's not a miserable existence. But, but, if it bothers you that much, we'll give you all the pointers in the world so you can make yourself noticeable. You are a lazy ass. That's why I've been working since I was 12 years old. Um, and have never worked only 40 hours in a week my entire life. Dude, you're just judgmental and you don't know what you're talking about. It's horrible, right? When you say something that's so wrong that it makes you look foolish, nobody will ever take you seriously again. Let's see. Jax Neiman. What up, Jax Neiman? Welcome to the chat. Had more and done more than you would like that. See, that's the thing, Robo. That's another one of those things that's clearly false. Because if that was true, there are people out there that have done more than me in a lifetime, but those people aren't miserable. Those people don't troll on other people's live streams. Like, realistically, the fact that you're even here trolling the way that you're trolling, it's just sad, bro. Pathetic, to be honest with you. So if you had anything other than the miserable existence that I was just explaining to you, or just accusing you of, you wouldn't be here right now. You gotta work, Stone. Dude, no, 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 absolutely not. I run a whole department at a manufacturing plant, and it's a very dangerous place. You can lose a limb there. So I actually do not smoke at work. And right now it's Friday. I worked all week. I am home. I don't have to work tomorrow. And I'm having a drink and a smoke. Like, why you gotta be so miserable, dude? Magic Dragon. This is, or was, a whiskey sour with a tiny little splash of grenadine. Yes, the whole department, sir. I'm not just responsible for myself. I am responsible for others as well. So, I have to go into work, ready to work. B-Bob. B-Bob, you see we got a troll in the chat. Robo Y1Y is trolling up a storm here for absolutely no reason. Buddy came into the chat, saw somebody enjoying himself, having a good time, and it just rubbed him the wrong way. Ain't that some crazy shit, Bebop? How am I mean, Bebop? I'm doing some vodka, lime, lemon, kind of nuts, but good. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really much of a drinker because I do not enjoy the taste of alcohol. So it's like, ugh, maybe like a couple times a year. I ain't drink on my 21st birthday. I hardly drink on New Year's. But I just decided to have a drink today. But vodka is too alcoholish for me. Like, I can really taste, it's like rubbing alcohol. Magic Dragon, you chill. Hell yeah. My liver loves you. Yeah, my lungs don't, though. I've been smoking for a very, very long time, sir. And I just gave up the cigarettes. I was smoking cigarettes, too, like a pack a day, bro. Come from a long line of smokers, though. My grandfather lived until 92, smoking 3 packs a day. His brother died on my 13th birthday of lung cancer, but like straight up, he had the hole cut in his throat because he had the throat cancer first, and he kept smoking. And then he got lung cancer, and they told him, get this, doctor told him, all right, it's early, little chemotherapy, you'll be fine, don't worry, you're good. He's like, nah, the chemo makes me throw up, just let me die, I'm good, like I'm old. And, and he had his daughter sneaking him cigarettes in the hospital. A long time ago. You quit smoking herbs like 5 months ago. I'm probably gonna be right behind you. Pause. Cause the reason I really gave up I quit smoking cigarettes a while ago, but I was still using nicotine in different forms, and one of them was tobacco in my joints. And lately, I couldn't handle it. I would be coughing too much, so I stopped putting the tobacco in. And now, even without the tobacco, the shit got me coughing too much. Bebop, I'll be right back. I'm doing something. I won't leave you. Yo, Bebop, why you gotta make it weird, dude? What the fuck is good with you, Bebop? You okay, bro? My boy Jay, I'm moderating for another channel. He got kidney and liver cancer. Oh man, I gotta definitely pray for Buddy, man. Rosa Johnson, why you gotta be weird? I don't typically hide people's comments, but that was just uncalled for. And it's like, yo, here's what I don't understand about people like you, right? If you have enough time to do that, because that obviously took some time, like, why wouldn't you apply it to something beneficial? Something that'll make you some money? I don't understand. Kind of crazy how that works. Yeah, man. Bro, that's sad, man. And it's like, bro, the world that we live in, not even the world, the country. Because I spent a lot of time in Colombia. Haven't been there lately, but I used to be out there quite often. And the food is better. Like everything's just clean and natural, you know. And I don't know what the numbers are, but I would want to imagine that probably they don't have the same fucking, cancer numbers that we do. You see what I'm saying, Rosa Johnson? Like, you're wailing for that. But obviously, like, you must got some kind of talent to be able to figure out how to do that and have the time to meticulously place all of those dots. Why don't you apply that to something worthwhile? If you need a good moderator, whatever. Yo, check this out, Magic Dragon. Do me this favor, man. Leave that offer open for me. Because I just recently started this channel. I have another channel. Once I get my bike back, I'm going to be going live again from there. My bike's been at the shop for a while. I have a motorcycle channel. That's my original channel. I got like 13,000 subs on there. You could be a moderator on there for now. But on here, I'm trying to get me watch hours to get to that monetized point. And the watch hours from your mods don't count, bro. So I'll make a deal with you. I'll make you a mod on my other channel. And then on this channel, once I get my 4,000 watch hours, you'd be a mod on here too. Well, appreciate you, man. So the other, yeah, you seem cool as fuck too. That's why I said that. Truthfully, I don't just make random people mods because they ask, but you seem cool as shit, man. All right, so my other channel is I Douglas Antonio, AYEDOOGLAS Antonio, and like I said, bro, I get my bike back hopefully tomorrow, man. I'm really hoping, like really, really hoping. They've had it since Christmas, actually a couple of days before. They've told me twice already. They're gonna have it back to me this week. And now, today the part came in. I was hoping I'd be able to pick it up today, but they stalled me on that. So I hope they get it tomorrow. Then I go pick my bike back up, and my regular channel goes back to normal. Bro, I might get a new job engineering at Intel again. Crossing fingers. Yo, man. No, that ain't gonna work. I was gonna pin that, but don't mind me. I had a drink at a joint. Pause. What's it called? Yeah, man. Yo, I'm hoping for you, man. I'm a praying man. So I'm definitely gonna keep that on. Yeah, your homeboy and your job in my prayers tonight, bro. For real, just gotta make sure I remember because I feel so guilty sometimes when I tell people I'm gonna pray for them, and then I forget to, because that happens, and then I feel horrible about it because I really meant it when I said it. Like, I'm not one of them thoughts and prayers ass people. You know what I mean? If I tell you I'm gonna pray for you, like I really mean that shit. So if I don't do it, like, and then I remember that I was supposed to, I'm like, oh man, damn it. Yeah, that's annoying. don't know, man. By the way, I should have said this before when there was a few more people in the stream. They limit the amount of people you can have in the stream when you're under 1,000 subscribers. But anybody that's enjoying this, I'd appreciate it if you were to double tap the screen in order to give it a like so YouTube knows to compare your watch history and well to send this stream to people that have a similar watch history as you. Oh man. So this background here is brand new. We used to just have the regular, like I said, this channel's new. We're doing a podcast, me and my buddy Cam from New York, and I had just the regular screen background with the plants and all that shit behind me, right? But I knew I could do better than that. So we got this on air with the microphone. And once with the regular episodes, the videos that drop every Sunday, that is going to be a lot better because you're gonna be able to see the whole thing, obviously, because the videos are widescreen. We got the new background, and lately there has been a lot of interesting stuffs floating around on the interwebs. So the hardest part is like deciding which one to talk about that day. You got here, hold on a second. Let me try to find this thumbnail real quick. There we go. That sucks. They're not gonna show it to you. So I took Gilligan's Island and I turned it into Epstein's Island, and then the the whole cast of Gilligan's Island that you see on the thumbnail, they all got censored over their face, like, you know, because they had Tom Hanks and Tony Blair and Bill Gates and, you know, all of these creepazoids done been on the Lolita Express. Yo, that's another thing. You know, that shit is so creepy. How, I mean, it makes perfect sense because the Bible says that what's it called? That the devil is the ruler of this world, right? On the prince of the power of the air. But it's crazy how all these prominent people, all these successful rich people, I mean, it's bad enough just to know that people are into that weird shit, but knowing that it's actually successful people, you know, it's not just, you know, like some random people that never make it anywhere. In a perfect world, people that had that kind of mentality, that kind of thought process, like we're into that kind of shit, they wouldn't get anywhere in life. Like they wouldn't be prominent. They wouldn't be powerful. Magic Dragon, do me a favor, please. I want to run inside and grab my microphone, bro. Oh, I forgot to bring it out. If anybody happens to pop into the chat, just let them know I'll be right back. Thank you. Alrighty, chat. I am back. Yeah, so I went through all the trouble of scheduling it and everything, and didn't even think, you know, let me get the microphone so it doesn't sound like crap. There we go. How's that? Is that any better? Yeah, Magic Dragons. So Magic Dragons. I want to believe that Trump is not involved. I get why people think he might be. I really don't know what's going on with that shit, man. Like, if I see the evidence, you know, cross that bridge when I come to it. But there's plenty of people that are just that it's already known, and these people are even more powerful than any politicians or anything else like that because they're entertainers. You know, they have people's attention. You know, it's like uh it's just horrible, man. And then when you hear from these kids, these poor kids that go through that shit, it's so sad. We got the evidence already. Whatever it is that I would like to see. But but yeah, man, like I said, just in general, I mean it doesn't like the individuals obviously they matter for a different conversation though. Right now I'm just saying like it's crazy how the people that do that kind of shit are actually successful. Like they actually make it somewhere in life. It's fucking nuts. Why do they keep holding messages for review? They release no, I know they released the Epstein files, but I'm talking about any kind of evidence like on Trump directly. You know, it's like the fact that the Epstein files came out. I mean, I'm kind of neutral on Buddy. I voted for him and everything, but I'm not like a big fan. Uh, what was it called? I know how much the people that really hate the man, they got that Trump derangement syndrome shit. They hate him so much that if there was really anything about him in those files, like we would all know it. Like it'd be in everybody's face. Like Buddy would be in cuffs right now. Like you know, there'd be meltdowns everywhere. So the fact that like the world kept going, it lets me know there's nothing substantial, about him at least in there. But it's not that important for the channel. Oh, nah, hell no, that shit is important for the channel. I want to see that shit. I was just talking about for this particular statement that I was making, man. I was just, this wasn't about that. This was about, um, why these people like gain success to begin with. Like, you feel like people that are into that kind of shit, man, trafficking little kids. And you know what's fucked up? You know who's Laura Silsby? This is another thing that creeped me out. Forget about success, right? Here's the exact type shit that I'm talking about, right? Laura Silsby. She was convicted of trafficking children. And then when she got out, she became the head of Amber Alert. Like, what the actual fuck? I feel just Trump. I'm a little worried about him being in power. I look at it the other way. My problem is that he's too soft. Like he plays ball too much. Like we voted for him. The people, those of us that voted for him, we voted for him because we were sick of the censorship. We were sick of like placating the left. We wanted people's feelings to get hurt. So it's like, um, just the fact that, like, for example, what made me lose, like, I voted from the first time and the third time. I didn't even vote the second time. And what pissed me off is how, like, he allowed himself to get censored on all these social media platforms. You know, like, so now me, I had an Instagram and I made a comment. Somebody, some dude posted a picture of himself in a dress, and he was like, "Oh, you want to see me piss off a whole bunch of men? Trans women are real women." That was the caption. So I made a comment. Nah, you want to know the best way to piss off a bunch of men? Tell them that implants in a dress don't make them women, and boom, now I don't have an Instagram anymore. That's the shit that I wanted to be able to say. I mean, not that in particular, but it was freedom of speech, man. Like, I was really hoping Buddy was gonna do something about that. Social media is the new public square. Nobody should have to really, unless they're making a direct threat. Nobody should have to worry about what they say is gonna get them banned on social media. That shit's crazy. Like right here, I gotta click on this shit to review somebody's message. He posted racist media with Obama saying white monk. He posted a racist media with Obama and said, I don't, I never saw that. But even if he did, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even care about that kind of shit. You know, it's like, it's immature, but whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, if what's it called? I mean, I don't know. I would have to see what it is. If it was just totally like just tasteless, and I'm over here defending something, I don't know what it is. I don't need to be doing that shit either. I gotta be fair. Yeah, I would have to see it. I don't know why I'm commenting on something I didn't see. Let me take that shit back. See, and that's the problem too with this whole fucking divide. It's like I feel like WWF vibes. Like I feel like they're all together, just laughing at all of us. Like I am somebody that's like very self-aware and very level-headed and very understanding and very fair, and I take in all the evidence. And like I just had to stop myself from sitting there defending something that I really don't know anything about. That shit is crazy. I will. But even still, like here's the thing. Right now, looking shit up, unfortunately, doesn't even help anybody. It's like they got AI now. You can create whatever image you want, whatever video you want. It's easy and sad. You can't trust your own eyes anymore. Man, I really miss the days before. Like, all this technology just completely changed everything. The technology's nice. It really is. But in a way, I think it does more harm than good. I think people are not as smart anymore. Definitely don't have the same attention span or memories anymore because they got a whole computer in their pocket and they don't need to remember anything anymore. They could just look it up. Whatever it is they need to know in that instant, they could just look it up. And before that, you couldn't do that. You had to remember things. Like if there was something important, like if you had to work with math, you would have to remember certain formulas. And now you don't have to, so you don't. Yes, yeah, I agree, bro. You're right. It's only an iPhone, iPad. Yeah, Steve Jobs did not allow his children to have any screen time at all whatsoever. None. So think about that, right? The dude who's responsible for the iPad did not allow his kids to use it at all. It's not like, he limited it. Nah, no screen time. Not even regular computers, I don't think. Or TVs, to say the least. Hell no. And it's like, I grew up with a TV in front of my face. Most people get their eye damaged for just looking at it. I can see that. I can see that. That was the thing when I was a kid. They used to complain because we would sit too close to the TV. Like, oh, you're gonna ruin your eyes. Hell yeah, the brains, dude. that that brain rot shit is real. It is not a game. People these days, man, and it's like I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day. Some people, and it's a lot of them. It's a big portion of them, are so dumb that if they would have gotten pulled over 20 years ago, if somebody would have got pulled over 20 years ago and been that stupid, chances are the cop would have just assumed that they were drunk and got them out of the car and started doing all kinds of field sobriety tests. It's crazy. And it's like, now you're really going to start seeing it because problem is the first generation to turn degenerate is bad enough. But then once they have kids, um, what's it called? Once they have kids and those kids grow up, oh man, it's over. So it's like, yo, the boomers, they were raised strict, and they were like, man, I'm not raising my kids like that. My parents were mean and this, that, and the third. So they were soft on their kids. And the millennials basically did whatever the fuck they wanted. Um, so now it's like they grew up and they were straight on their kids, but not in the right way. So now this Gen Z, they're just a mess altogether. Back in the day, it was just to take care of being drunk. Yeah, way, way, way back in the day. Well, Magic Dragon, if I was smoking herb, it would be indica. But right now, as per YouTube community guidelines, this is trans tobacco. It identifies as tobacco, therefore it is real tobacco. Dude, that drink got me though. Not even gonna lie. It was only one. It was very small. Pause. But I don't drink much. So I have a drink and it'll be just enough. And it'll feel nice. pause. And then I smoke. And, and boom. Then it hits me like a ton of bricks. And I'm like, all right, maybe, just maybe that was too much. So the next time around, I forget because it had been so long since the last time. I don't drink like that. So right now, dude, it might be like, not before I have another drink, but like I have a bottle. I bought a bottle, right? So, by the time that bottle's done, it might take me like a month or two to kill that bottle. And then it might be like a year before I get another bottle. And then by the time that year comes up, I'm going to forget. And I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to drink just enough. And then from there, I'm going to smoke, put myself over the top, and be pissed off about it. Magic Dragon. I drink too much, but I'm open about it. Yeah, me, I just can't handle it. It's not like I'm embarrassed about it. It's I smoke so much that the alcohol um it overpowers the joint, and I don't like that. So that's part of the reason I don't drink that much, because I don't like the taste of the alcohol. You hear that? There's some kids, who's smoking weed? Oh, man. Yeah, I know, Magic Dragon. You were telling me, man, good for you, bro. Absolutely good for you. I just put down nicotine 2 weeks ago. I quit smoking cigarettes a while ago, but I was using nicotine pouches, the on pouches, and today made exactly 14 days. And I'm not gonna lie, like I really, really want a cigarette or a nicotine pouch or something, but if I was gonna do it, it would be a cigarette. But I'm not going to, because there's something that I realized, and it's that the only reason that the cigarettes felt so good was because of the addiction. Because every time I smoked a cigarette, I was giving into the addiction, and that's why it felt so good. Now that I've been 14 days and I have no nicotine in my system anymore, my body doesn't crave it like it did before. It's my mind. So I'm not gonna get that same feeling from it if I smoke a cigarette now, just because I'm not addicted anymore chemically. So I won't get that fix. But since I'm so used to getting it, my brain thinks that I will. So I have an imagination built up about how good it would feel to smoke a cigarette, but in reality, it would just be a disappointment. And I've done it before. I know that for a fact. Like, I've quit smoking for up to a year, and then I started smoking again. And that first cigarette was always such a disappointment. The only thing that it did was get me back to being a smoker. That's it. Um, Magic Dragon. I got a house. My neighbors used to trip on us. I got a house. My neighbor S used to trip on it when I smoked outside with the friends. Respect. I like the way you explain that. The addiction thing. Yeah, that's what keeps me away from it. like like I said, if I do give in, and I've done it before, I've been there before. If I do give in, I'm just gonna be disappointed. There's no way it's gonna feel anywhere near as good as I think it's going to. And the reason that I want to smoke is because of what I think it's gonna feel like, not what it's actually gonna feel like, which is the shame about it. So it's like I'm forever going to feel like a cigarette would feel so good right now. Now, you know what? It's even worse than that. I'm forever going to have a craving for something that doesn't exist. For the rest of my life, I'm going to have a craving for something that doesn't exist. There's a way that I want to be made to feel. And that feeling is made up in my head. It's what I think I remember a cigarette to feel like, but distorted. And there is no substance that'll actually make me feel that way. So there's a feeling that I want to get that I can't ever have, and my brain is convinced that a cigarette's what's gonna do it. It's like having a drink. I feel bad after. Yeah, and I bet on top of that, it's not just you feel bad, you feel guilty. It's think about it like this next time, right? Next time next time you give in, next time it happens, right? If it happens, hopefully it doesn't. But think about it before you take that drink. Measure it, like pause. What you think it's gonna feel like. Pause this whole thing. What in your mind, quantify exactly what do you think it's gonna feel like if I have this drink. Then have the drink, and then tell yourself, did it really feel that way? Like, did I get what I thought I was gonna get out of it? Cause that's the thing. Like, we'll trick ourselves into thinking that we're gonna get something that we're not. It's like imagine if you work somewhere and and you made $30 an hour. That was your regular pay, right? And now boss calls you up and says, "Hey, listen, can you do a side job on Saturday for me?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure." And you come in on Saturday and you work, and he ends up giving you $10 an hour. And it's like you were totally expecting at least the same 30 that you normally get. You know? So it's like it's when the expectations and reality don't match, that's when you're not happy. So take note of what you're expecting to get out of that drink, compare it to what you actually get out of that drink. And now tell yourself next time, remind yourself what it's really gonna feel like before you take the drink. I don't know anything anymore, which kind of sucks. Functioning, I'm an engineer. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but you do feel something though. That's the thing. It's like I'm the same way with the smoking. It's you just don't get an intoxication anymore, you know, but you have a craving. And when you drink your alcohol, it satisfies that craving, you know? So that's my point. What I'm talking about is, though, like, relief that you get from it is not going to be quite as strong as what you really want to get from it or what you're expecting out of it. So the way that you feel that the feeling you're looking for the drink to eliminate. See, that's the thing. When you get addicted to something, you no longer get a feeling from it. You eliminate a feeling with it. Once you go a certain amount of time without it, now your body starts going through withdrawals. And the beginning stages are not that serious, and we all, if possible, as long as you're not trying to quit, or as long as you're not out of money, we all satisfy our itch in the beginning of stages of withdrawal, so it never really gets out of hand like that. But even though it might not fuck you up, and you can still function on it, the fact that you probably need it to function, so it's doing something. I don't feel anything anymore, which kind of sucks. I'm functioning. I'm an engineer. That's a good way of describing the truth. Yeah, man. Yo, let me tell you something, bro. It's not as easy as people try to make it out to sound. But if you ask me, bro, Jesus would take it all away from you, man. It's not a light switch. But, it's like, it with me, it's funny, man. It's like I'll pray for something, I'll get it, I'll forget that I prayed for it, and I'll be all proud of myself. And then it gets snatched right out from me, and I'm like, oh yeah, whoops, sorry. Um, and so it's like there was one other time that I quit smoking cigarettes, but I wasn't off of nicotine. This is the first time I quit smoking cigarettes, right? It was so funny. I prayed. I was like, I even said, I was like, God, listen, man, like, I love my cigarettes. I don't want to quit smoking. I really don't. But I feel like it's probably a sin. So, like, if you don't want me smoking, take them away from me, please. And I forgot all about that. Probably like 6 months went by. And one day I went to church, right? And I was leaving the church, and I was out of cigarettes, and I was passing the store to buy a new pack, and I just didn't feel like stopping. And that was it. I just stopped smoking right there. I just didn't feel like smoking anymore. Man, I went around for like 3 or 4 days bragging before I remember my prayer, and I'm like, oh yeah, whoops, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. Wish it was a light switch, rough road. Yeah, and the sad part is the light switch to get in. Pause. The most difficult things in life to bounce back from are real easy to get yourself into, and that is a shame. It's a daggone shame. Anyways, peoples, man, I'm glad I decided to go live. Magic Dragon 964. It's very nice to meet you, sir. I feel like we met for a reason. Keep in touch, my brother. To everybody else, anybody else that may be listening, welcome to the Unk Podcast. Thank you for watching. New episode comes out every Sunday, 9:45 a.m. New York time. Catch you later, peoples.